But I make it very dilute because I can't, when it's thick. Oh, yeah. When it's thick, I can't. Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. Yeah. Good morning to anyone watching us on YouTube live stream. So today, I'm so happy to see Laura and her two daughters joining us. So Eden and Liz. Yes. So um, I'm glad that you find this practice some interest. So since you are all new here today, I'm taking you all back to the basic. And some of my patients, if they started to watching us on YouTube today, I think it's probably back to basic for them too. So so we named this center Nirodha Mindfulness Center. And Nirodha is the word that means end of suffering. So it's what we teach here is the very basic of Vipassana meditation, okay, which is also called mindfulness meditation. But mindfulness meditation has been studied in clinical research for many years, like at least 70, 80 years or more than that. And so we have plenty of evidence that it helps people in lots of ways. And it helps people, healthy people as well as sick people, okay? And it helps in all diseases. And so I don't know how much you know about what mindfulness meditation is. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So, inside and outside. Yes. Within yourself and outside. Yes. That's my understanding. Right. So the definition of mindfulness meditation is it is a practice where you raise your awareness. Okay. So you raise your awareness about you and about the environment, and so that you can be in the present moment. And in the present moment, you know exactly what's going on in your body and outside of your body. And it's really hard to have a really good awareness of the present moment when we don't practice this skill. It doesn't come naturally for most of us, right? Most of us, we just go on, we're doing things, but we're not realizing that we are doing that thing. We keep thinking about something else in the past, or in the future, or planning for the future, but we forget to live right in the present moment. So in this practice, we use our breath as the basic tool. How do we guide ourselves to be focused in the present moment? So we use the breath to teach us to focus. So when you bring your concentration to your breath and you follow your breath and you know exactly how the air moves into your nose, into your lungs, and how it comes out, and how you feel as the air comes in, that's all practice. Because normally we breathe just for, it's automatic, we breathe, but we are not aware that how are we breathing? Are we breathing deep and slow? Are we breathing quick and shallow? Okay, and are we actually enjoying the breath that we are taking in? So that's how we do it. And then once we are able to focus on the breath, when you're so good at that, then you start to focus on other senses. So we use the breath to train ourselves to focus, but then we have all the senses in our body that most of the time we don't know what's going on. Okay, and do you know how many senses we have? 5, yes. And what are the 5 senses? Feel, hearing. One more.
Not feeling, the sixth sense. That's my sixth sense.
Yeah, the mind, right? So the mind is the one that controls the rest. So we have the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. So when you...
The awareness, right?
The awareness, yes. But the mind actually controls the rest, right? Because when you are so aware of what you're seeing, you can use your mind to control your perception of that thing. Okay, let's say that you see something, oh, today it's raining. Okay, some people see the rain and they think, oh my God. Okay, they will say, oh my God, it's raining, I feel sad, I don't like it. So then they run down that path of negativity. Okay, but if you see the rain and you recognize that, oh, I am having some thoughts that is negative, which is not good for me, then you want to change it. And the only way you can change it is when you are in complete awareness of what you are seeing and feeling. Okay, so then you can change it and say, oh, it's raining, right? We haven't had rain for a long time. The trees and the grass need rain. We need rain. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So I'm so thankful for rain.
Yes.
You see how the mind can get you down different paths, right? Yeah. So yeah. So you start to bring in the gratitude. So, but a lot of the time we have so many things going on in our lives that we can be grateful for, and we forget.
One-sided.
Yeah.
We become one-sided instead of...
Yes. Yeah. And
see other perspectives.
Yes. Yeah. So it's when you're aware of what you're thinking and feeling, you can actually guide yourself to be more positive.
And that happens to me. I tend to become one-sided when I'm stressed, when I'm in a hurry, when I'm under pressure.
Yes.
I don't have time to think of other perspectives.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. But this technique has been used by the stress center in Boston for many years. So at this center in Boston, they don't use medication to help people who have anxiety and depression. They use this breathwork practice to help them to get out of it. Yeah. Yep. So a lot of the times we hear things and we can just go with what we hear automatically, the human reaction, right? But if we are aware of what we are hearing and we can choose how to perceive that to be more positive, right? So let's see if you can give an example of the hearing sense that affect your feeling. The fireworks, yeah. Right, yeah, so you don't like the loud noise very much. And for some people, they actually like it, right? That's why they go and watch it. So it's the same noise, but why is it that different people perceive it differently? Yeah. So when you hear something that affects you in a negative way, what do you do? Yeah. So you take action. So it depends on that action, then you have results, right? So again, the action that you take can be different too. It can be negative or positive. So some people who are affected by the noise, instead of going to a quiet place, that person can start to act out, right?
Right.
Yeah, act out and shout and.
Okay, I have one like that. I have a dog that barks. Sometimes, absolutely, she overrules me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't do anything about that. I have a muzzle. Sometimes I threaten her.
Yeah.
I put the muzzle for like 5 minutes.
We should talk. There's technology.
Okay.
A little collar that they can wear that keep quiet.
The electrical one.
Oh,
yeah. It's unique.
The shock. But that's what you told
me. It makes a noise. It makes a noise.
Okay, maybe you give me please the brand and I will.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just fight back at her and I yell. I'm like, shut up, quiet. So yes, that's how I act out on.
Yeah,
on her.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but if we are aware.
With no effect, of course.
Yeah, I think we
that
can.
Color works on
teenagers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But even with animals, right? We have 2 dogs and they can bark a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
They we inherited them last year and they bark a lot. And they haven't been trained either. But you know, like my husband would shout at the dog.
Yeah.
That's his reaction. And then it scared the dog, and the dog would go and run and hide. Me, most of the time, I would.
Afraid of you.
No, I mean, most of the time I would come and just hug them a little bit, you know, put my hands on their heads and just rub their heads and calm them down. And so that's, you know.
They've been through a lot.
So.
Their master died.
What did you say?
When they see their master die.
Yeah. So.
My brother passed away, so that was. So they were in kind of a state for a while. But you know, the thing about small dogs is like they're always like on guard.
Always on guard.
It doesn't matter who walks into the house, if it's us.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean that just shows us that.
My dog had trauma too. By other dogs. She almost was decapitated by a shepherd when she was a puppy. So she had neck surgery and the jugular almost was ripped off. Yeah. So she's and then a child bit her nose. So she's very. How do you say, reactive towards people?
I think I can be too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I mean, she's a bit crippled. You know, she's sweet and she's beautiful and she's gorgeous. But she's very crippled to people. So I'm always on guard. We're hyper vigilant always. So that's where the barking and it is. Yeah. You have to be for them.
Yeah.
I understand.
A lot of compassion there.
A lot of suffering.
Yeah.
Because you know your life is going to be not getting any better.
Yeah. So there's a saying that if you know how to suffer, you suffer less. If you know how to suffer, you suffer less. And if you have the awareness of your suffering, you can use your thoughts to reduce your suffering.
I've been traumatized through divorce. Started beautifully. Sorry to say that. Start in a peaceful way, but now it's getting a little bit point because father remarried and it's a little bit they live with, you know, and so they understand suffering. I just want to leave it like that. We understand suffering. It's been happening since the COVID 2020.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's exactly what you said. Everyone goes through suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to say sorry. It's on earth. It's here to stay. It's here to stay. But I'm just saying they understand suffering.
Yeah. Well, and what I need to let you know is that, you know, a lot of people think meditation means sitting in the quiet place, close your eyes, and empty your mind. That's not the right understanding of meditation. You can actually meditate as you walk, as you lay down, as you are in the crowd, you can still be meditating right on it. Yes.
Talking.
Mm-hmm. Because what meditation is just a practice of being aware. That's it. As long as you are aware of what's going on right here inside of you and outside of you, doesn't matter where you are, which position you are in, you can meditate, right? In
At
school.
lunchtime, when it's around you, it's like a mayhem of people, a crowd.
But with this skill, when you have the skill, you can actually help other people a lot, because while other people are not being aware of what's going on and they react out of the automatic human reaction, you are so aware that you can be in control and you can help. So it's a very good skill to have, and it also guide you. I mean, at least for me anyway, it helps me how to interact with people a lot better, because as I hear somebody talking, I am aware of what's going on, what their emotion is, and at the same time I can plan my action, because you choose the right action, it will give you the good result.
Hopefully,
yes,
get less in trouble.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of the aspects.
Yeah. So you don't have to sit down, but in this session we do sit down. Sometimes we lay down on the mat, and then we walk a lot. Most of the session we do some walking, and it's just a practice to show you that you can be meditating as you walk in the park, or walk to school or something, and you do that meditation. The important things here is that you need to be comfortable and relaxed, right? Because when your body is not comfortable, that discomfort that you feel can distract you from the practice. Okay, so instead of focusing on your awareness, you start to be affected by that discomfort in your back, or the tightness in your neck, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. So with that, we can start going into the practice. So you just assume a comfortable position. You don't have to sit cross-legged if that's not comfortable for you. Some people can just sit like this. Okay, but make sure your back is comfortable, not bent down like this too much. Okay. So whichever position and then you start. You can change position as long as you are aware exactly what you're feeling and what you're doing. So let's take a few deep, slow breaths in and out. So breathe in slowly and deeply, and then breathe out slowly. And you want to try and breathe out slower than your in-breath. And you can close your eyes if you want to. Some people, they don't feel comfortable closing their eyes when they practice. Some people prefer to open the eyes and focus on something, and that's okay too. And keep breathing in. So you can say to yourself, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. And breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And you keep breathing in and out deeply and slowly for a few breaths. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in slowly and deeply. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out longer, lower than I'm breathing in. After a few deep breaths, you may notice that you are starting to relax. Keep breathing in, slowly breathing out. Now you may notice how your body posture is. As you breathe in and out, you may notice that your neck muscles are still tight. And you can try and relax them. And relax your shoulders, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Out, I know I'm breathing out. You may notice the sensation on how your skin touches the heat. Breathing in, I'm following my breath. Breathing out, I'm aware of the air from up my lungs into my nose and through the nostrils. And in, I'm aware of my breath. Breathing out, I feel this warm air coming out of my nose. each breath, I am aware that my body is slowly relaxing. In this present moment, I know where I am. As I breathe in and out deeply and slowly, I can hear what's going on around me. I hear the birds chirping at a distance. I hear the air flowing, air conditioning. I may even feel the air brushing on my skin. And I know I'm living in the present moment. Deep, slow breath in. Slow breath out. As you breathe in and out, you may notice that your monkey mind is wandering, thinking about a lot of things. Just recognize it with no judgment and no frustration. Just acknowledge the thoughts coming and going. Then you guide your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in, you may notice your chest rising breathing out, you may notice your chest going down, collapsing down. In, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Slower and breathing. This present moment, I'm taking care of myself. I'm becoming more aware of what's going on inside of me. Aware of what's going on around me. Deep, slow breaths. Breathe in slowly and deeply. Appreciate this air gives your body oxygen. As you breathe out, you are aware that you are giving back to the surrounding air with more carbon dioxide. That is to help the plants around you. Now you become aware of how intimate this relationship between yourself and your environment. And we can say gratitude brings us to ourselves and to the grateful for this present moment. Grateful for this air. It's me, the nutrients, oxygen. I am grateful for this present moment, being surrounded by the people with the same mindset. Grateful that my body is feeling very healthy, present. Slow, deep breaths in and out. For the next few minutes, I invite you to, on your own, follow your breath, paying attention to your senses, and just seeing things for what they are without judgment. the next few breaths, bring your awareness to the present moment. Open your eyes and move your hands and speak if you like. How was that for you for the first session? De-stressing? Yeah. You relaxing? You relaxing? Yeah.
And I came back when you were saying bring your awareness. Yes. Every single time I was.
Yeah.
And also every time I went away, my breath was not even.
No.
And then when you would say bring your awareness, actually I have to take a deep breath.
Yes, yeah. It's actually so I've been practicing since 2022. But at the beginning it wasn't easy for me. You know, like my yeah. So my friends, he is a very good meditator, and he challenged me. He said, "Are you sure you can do it for 1 minute?" 1 minute, just try 1 minute. I said, okay, I'll try 1 minute. Because when at first the monkey mind keeps wandering, you keep thinking about other things, you know, what to do next and work.
The monkey mind brings awareness. It hurts. Move the leg. Your neck is tight. It's a lot. Complaints.
Yeah.
It's a lot of complaints.
Yeah, but when your monkey mind is active, you forget about your breath. You're not breathing deeply anymore. So then when you realize you're aware of your monkey mind, then you just, okay, I see you. I'm going to return back to my breath, right? Yeah. 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 Well, we can do.
Yeah. All the time the monkey mind was taking you places and bothering you with like complaints.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But when you know that your monkey mind is active, you just you don't be frustrated with it. Okay, you don't say, "Oh, I can't do this." You know, let me alone, leave me alone, or something like that.
I appreciate when you said don't judge.
Don't
just
judge.
Observe.
Observe. Yes.
Let it be the way it is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This mindfulness meditation is the practice of raising awareness without judgment. Yeah, non-judgmental practice. So even when you see somebody else doing something you don't like, you don't judge that person. You don't allow any negative thoughts enter in your mind, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, after a long session of meditation, you know, we can do some self-care. So we're going to do some massage. So you warm up your palms like this, and then you put the palms on your eyes. Just a way of waking your eyes up, right? And then you can do that a few times more.
Like pressure?
Yeah.
Or just massage?
You massage like this, yeah. Okay. And then you can start massaging your forehead with the tips of your fingers. Then a lot of the time we forget to take care of us, right? We forget, we think we have to go to the massage spa to get that, but you can actually. That's good, yeah. That's good. But when you don't have anybody to do it for you, yeah, then you can just massage this pressure point on your temples here. It feels good when you massage that. Okay. And then you can start massage your head with your fingertips. Yeah, you massage. Yeah.
You're massaging your TMJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this. ears, about our ears, and then we can massage down to the neck muscles. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah. So you do that a few times, and then you gradually go down the body, right? So you go down one side. Breathe out, you can feel the tightness on the yes, I do this on that spot, and then I move my arms, loosen up. You can do the opposite like this. Life is so fast. We always rush, go from one thing to another. Yeah. Hurry up, do it
it's
within
like,
1 hour.
I start, it feels like.
Yeah.
And they hurry you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then you can massage your chest up front like this. Down the arm. Massage down your arms. All the way up, down. It feels good when you massage your fingers too, because our fingers do so much from day to day. Yeah, yeah. You can press the pressure. Yeah, this pressure point between the index finger and the thumb. Just massage that a few times. Put some pressure on it. It helps at night when you have difficulty sleeping. You can do this, and it helps you to sleep better too. Yeah. Okay, so
You're going to sleep. I'm glad
you feel, yeah, you feel so relaxed that you want to go to sleep. Yeah, yeah. And use this massage. You can, yeah. Some people snore too when we try to do the laying down meditation. Yeah, yeah, and then you can massage the back of your, the back like that. And then you can massage down your legs, your thighs. And how many of us do foot massage for ourselves? Not a lot, right? But yeah.
If I do my nails, which I do my nails by myself,
yeah,
sometimes
you do. Yeah, yeah.
Especially in the winter.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we can just put the foot up, and then if you put your fingers in between your toes, you can move them a few times. Just exercise your toes. It feels good too, like that. But the bottom of your feet, there are pressure points there that if you massage them often, it helps your health. There's a lot about the feet. It's reflexology, they call it. Acupuncture too, yeah. But we can do so much. Yeah. And the feet carry us all the time, but we don't take care of the feet too much. Yeah. So imagine if you do this every single night before bedtime, you're going to sleep so good. Yeah.
Your body would hurt less.
Yeah.
Be more relaxed.
Yes. And then I was told by an elderly Vietnamese lady a trick, right? Like if you have a cough and you put eucalyptus oil under on your soles before bed, before you get in bed, then your cough will get better. Yeah, yeah, but it works somehow.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, they're used.
Yeah.
They used to do when they were like
Yeah. Put oil on the sole.
Or oil in a pot of water.
Yeah.
Like, especially eucalyptus.
Yes.
Or spearmint,
Yeah.
but especially eucalyptus, and then cover, boil the
Oh,
water,
yes.
put essential oil, cover yourself, and inhale.
Yeah.
Inhale.
Yeah. Yeah. Steam sauna. Steam sauna. Yeah. Okay, so we can just bend down and stretch out a few times. And then go up. And then you can twist too. I like the twisting. Just stretch out the lower back. Twist on the other side.
This is a very good position.
Yeah, you cross.
For lymphatic system.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I love the twisting. Like this one.
Me too.
Yeah. It feels good on the lower back. Yeah. Okay, so we can do a few rounds of walking meditation. Yeah, you just stretch our legs out a bit. Okay, and then after that, we sit down and share our experience, and then and okay. Well, I like to use the bell, and as we walk, so when I ring the bell like this, it's a way of reminding you to return to your breath and take deep breath in and out, right? But to start with, it's hard. For the beginners, we say, okay, breathe in, step up with one foot, breathe out, step up with the other foot, right? And then you just go very slow like that. So breathing in, you step up with one foot, and breathing out, and you continue to do that. Okay, and then pay attention to how your feet touch the ground. So it's all about being aware of your body, how your body connects with the floor, and you pay attention to your posture also. So you breathe in and out very slowly. So at the beginning, when you do breathing in, step up, breathing out, step up with the other foot, and you breathe very slow, your walk is going to be slow, right? But when you're used to meditation, you can actually do 2 or 3 steps with one breath, right? Because when you are so used to practice, your breath can be very slow and very long. And as long as you are aware of what you're doing, you can do 2 or 3 steps with one deep breath in, and 2 and 3 steps with a long breath out. You may find that as you walk, your gait and your balance will improve. We'll do one more round. Yes.
I've never experienced something like that.
Really?
To me.
Yeah.
I have to give you feedback on that.
You like it?
Yes, a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
It's
So,
beautiful floating.
yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
describe it.
Yeah.
It's
So,
good not to fall over.
Yeah. I have also noticed that I breathe better actually while walking. Like
yeah.
the flow
Uh-huh.
is there
Yeah.
as opposed to sitting. It's different. It's
Different. Yes, it's different. So this is when we go around and ask people to share the experience of how the practice
So I would
got it. Yeah. So, yeah. Would you like to go first? Your experience today, how it went?
Yes, it's experience. It's enriching.
Yes.
It's the word. I would like that. Enriching.
Yeah. You can. This maybe the people can hear you better.
Enriching. The experience is enriching, extremely relaxing.
Yes.
I can't wait to do it on a regular basis.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have to say.
It helps
Thank
a lot.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For me, it helped me. My mind feels clear. My breathing also clear. My heart rate is calm and steady, and I feel very present in the moment.
Explain yourself. That usually you're on the
I
anxious
struggle
side.
with anxiety. And my heart rate fluctuates
Really?
in certain situations. So
Yes.
So I've been struggling with breathing, so this has helped me a lot. And I will continue.
That's good. Yes, yeah. As you practice, when you encounter a situation when it makes you feel anxious, at school, outside, you got that skill right here inside of you. Start deep breath in. Yeah.
And for me, I never really focused on walking or breathing before. So it was really good to finally focus on how I walk and the feeling of everything. And just made me feel very present and
that's very good.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Was it difficult for you at first?
Yeah, it was difficult to focus.
Yeah. But practice makes perfect, right? And
practice makes perfect. Yes,
yeah. Yeah. And then what you practice grows. The more you practice, the more it grows. And then this is just the beginning. And as you practice more, we will get into, the focusing on your thoughts. But when you have a skill in school or whatever you do, you're so much in the present moment that your understanding of what you're reading, what you're hearing, it helps a lot. So they did this during COVID year in college students, mindfulness meditation, and the studies show that the students who practice this mindfulness meditation during the COVID year, they come out much better than the students who don't practice it. Yeah, and then
immune system wise or
everything,
concentration,
concentration, school performance, and immunity. There is a lot to say about this practice, and in each practice, I purposely guide for half an hour, right? Why do we do it in half an hour? Because the research shows that after half an hour, the inflammation in the body goes down. All of us have some amount of inflammation going out on all the time because of stress, So if we do it half an hour, then that inflammation level in your blood goes down. They've proved it by doing the blood test. But also, it influences the expression of your genes. If you do it 5 or 10 minutes, it helps your anxiety, but it's not long enough for it to influence the expression of your genes. Now, the expression of your genes is what determines how good your health is. Okay, and some things influence your gene expression for the better, but something will influence your gene expression for the worse. For example, if you are stressed and you're anxious all the time, that has a bad influence on the gene expression. So some genes that are not supposed to be expressed now get expressed, and that leads to inflammation, cancer, high blood pressure, and all of that. So you want to use this technique to influence your gene expression to tone down the bad genes and regulate. Yeah. So that's why I guide for almost half an hour per session. But when you do mindfulness meditation with breath work, here are just a few, health benefits that you will have. It will boost your immunity. Okay, so your immune system gets stronger, you don't get sick very often. Your gut health improves because it improves the gut microbiome. Your concentration improves, and so as we age, the brain will shrink, right? Just like our muscles shrink as we age. When you do this mind practice exercise, right, the gray matter inside of your brains, in the areas that are responsible for memory, concentration, that gray matter actually increases in thickness. So when you practice this, your brain doesn't shrink with age so much.
Like exercise.
You do the mind exercise, your brain will stay young and healthy and big, right? And then what else? It helps you to sleep better. You sleep deeper.
I think you're happier too.
Yeah.
I think it helps a lot with depression and
yeah, it does.
like you said, going down the path.
Yeah.
Even if someone triggers or something triggers negative, because sometimes you can't avoid.
Right. Yeah.
You are surrounded by people, you're surrounded by situations, and people react.
Yeah.
It makes you go a different path. Switch. Yes. I think.
Yeah, it does. But by default, if you do the breath work day in, day out, even only half an hour each day, automatically by default, the level of endorphins, the happy hormones in your blood are up. Okay, the changes in your body lead to that. So when you have a higher level of endorphins, even when you encounter a situation that used to make you depressed or anxious, you won't, because that level of endorphin will keep you there. Okay, so that's why the more you practice, the more stable you're going to become. And even if you want to be anxious, you're not going to be able to, right?
You're high on meditation.
Yeah, you're so much up on that level that it keeps your body stable. Yeah.
It brings peace as well.
Right. Yeah.
Peace is so precious.
Yeah.
More precious than gold, more precious than anything in this world.
Yeah. But healing, we talk about tissue healing and pain. Let's say that you have an injury to your skin, your joint, and you hurt, right? You do this practice, half an hour, the pain level will go down. You feel less pain. So there's a lot of health benefits. So a lot of people think it's a religious practice. It's not. It's scientifically based. Yeah. So I'm glad that you joined us today, and I hope that you find it so beneficial for you. And so we do this every Saturday. Yeah. Yes. Oh yes, yeah. It's open to the public. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I tend to. I said this is the best gift I can.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It changes life. There's a book. Yeah. There's a book. There's written by the title of this book is Vipassana Meditation in Action. Changing lives. Vipassana. Oh yeah, you can come every Saturday. Some Saturdays when I go, outside on conferences or trips.
Let us know through email or
I will try to find a way. I haven't been good at it because before we had a group of volunteers who helped me with communication, but now the volunteers they have their own work now, so they don't come very often. So we tend to announce on the session like this. So like if I don't do it next week, then I'll announce. I say okay,
on
next
your
week.
Website.
Not on the website. So I don't. Yeah, the person who managed the website, he hasn't been coming, so I have to take. On YouTube. On YouTube. If you listen to the end of the session, you'll know whether the latest session. Yeah, then I announce it. But when I have help to manage the website or the Facebook, we can announce on there.
I wish I could have help. I am
me too.
I'm not. I'm staying away. All I do is email and stuff. I'm not a computer.
Yeah, we used to have a person who managed the email. I may have to get somebody to help to manage this website, take over that, and then we can announce events and things like that on there. Yeah.
But as long as you announce on the web, because you can imagine I'm gonna put you on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like coming here.
No. No, that's
nothing like coming
right.
here.
Yeah. So some people like coming here because they like the experience of sitting in the
it's
group.
the memory. You
Yeah.
take it and then
Yeah.
you go out there in the
Right.
world and it's good to go back.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
how was it?
Yeah. Yeah. But people who come to the center, they learn a lot faster. Like my patients who come to the session regularly, they go into remission faster than other patients. They go off medication. Yeah.
I believe in this.
Yeah.
I believe in this.
Yeah.
If there is any way I could help, like personal,
yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Let me know. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm good. Yeah. Yes. And then, so when you have the skill, you actually help other people. You actually, it's not only benefiting you, you're going to help other people.
And you also, like you said, I take it one step further for me, but you model. Because you change your dignity.
Right.
You change yourself.
Right. It changes you, right?
Yeah. Saving the world is not trying to control others or trying to change. It's
not with us. Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
Yeah.
It's changing within myself,
Yeah.
and then the way I show up.
Yes.
Somewhat it makes a difference.
Yes. Yeah.
Because people notice. Like I noticed you.
Yeah.
Coming with tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
my
I saw the pamphlet, and she explained to me. She said, "Oh, Dr. Tran helped me so much when I couldn't breathe. I didn't know."
Yeah. Yeah. My children noticed a big change in me too. They see it, and and
that's how we save basically. Others in the world.
So they see me calmer. Yeah. So
it's like back to Garden of Eden,
Really?
A little bit. It's a small, drop.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, serene and peaceful and sanctuary.
Yes. And
like how life should be,
should
right?
be,
For Nirodha, right? The end of suffering.
End of suffering, yeah.
When everyone gets along with everyone and it's just,
Yeah, I like coming here because, the people who come here have the same mindset, right? The same want. The same want. So yeah. And it's easy to communicate with people like that because we are all on the same wavelength and same frequency. Yeah.
Same level.
Yeah.
There are different levels of spirituality within us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to find this,
Yeah. I know.
I've been searching and searching, and like I said, I went to many yoga places and they all help. But it's different yoga,
Yes.
A
lot of people practice yoga, but they don't practice their mind, though.
That's why I said.
See, they do the exercise, but their mentality and their it's good. Yeah. Yeah. No.
I finished. My body feels good, but not my brain.
Right.
The monkey is
still change.
Right.
The monkey is still jumping.
Yeah.
I'm still anxious and still.
Yeah.
But now I feel.
No. Thank you so much for
this.
Like I can breathe.
Yes. Yeah. Just that's the start. Yeah. And then wait until you get better.
Yeah.
With time, it's deep. It's when you get better and you just think, oh my God, right? I can do much better.
If you don't mind me, because you were in my proximity, even though I had my eyes closed, I was moving. She was moving.
Yeah.
You were not moving.
Yeah.
I couldn't, but I could sense by the flow, the airflow.
Yeah. No,
but she's moving and I'm not moving.
But that's natural because at first.
And then I realized.
Practice. At the beginning, I couldn't sit for 5 minutes. I would sit. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But now I can sit for up to an hour very still.
I saw you.
Yeah.
The same flow you
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, really,
yeah. But people don't understand it is a skill that it only comes with practice. It doesn't come naturally, you know.
I understand because why don't they understand? Everyone in our situation at one point in time we practice something, whether it was an instrument or a sport or a skill, learning a language. You always get better with
practice
being in that activity.
Yes.
So I can see. I can see that. There should not be. Everyone is different.
Everyone is different, but you know.
I tend to make this mistake. I think this way, the other person thinks that way. Wrong thinking.
Yeah, everybody is different. Yeah, but I think it only comes when at the right time for the person. When the condition is right, it will happen. When the condition is not right, then no matter how much you say it doesn't happen. Like for me, when I was in my 30s, and I have friends who have been doing the meditation, you know, friends, but older, younger, they say, okay, Trin, try meditation. And back then, nobody taught me what meditation was. So my understanding of meditation was wrong. But that's how I thought about meditation. And I would say to them, oh, it's not for me. I'm too busy. I can't sit still. No. I actually, you know, just refused.
Did that happen when you were in England?
Yeah, in England,
it didn't happen?
No. Actually, after I came to the US and I started to go to temples, because back in England there was no temple where I lived.
No much yoga.
No. So I came to the US and I would find temples to go to, and they, you know, and a few people did advise me to try meditation. No, it's not for me. I'm too busy. I have 3 kids. I don't have time. All of this. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's only 2022 was when the condition arrived. Okay, but by then I was already doing yoga, and then there's this Buddhist monk from California who came to visit the temple in Indiana, and he
Bloomington?
No, here. Back then he visited the temple in Anderson. So my friend said, "Oh, there is a 1-day retreat, yoga and meditation." I said, "Wow, actually teaching meditation? Okay, I like yoga, but I don't know anything about meditation. I'm open." But that was it. I learned, and then I started to look into scientific data, you know, and I said, "Oh my God, there have been so many thousand studies on this, and what benefits have they proved will come?"
And I'm sure you go with your gut feeling, right?
Yeah.
You know when you said about the sixth sense, or I go a lot with my gut feeling these days.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
your intuition.
Intuition.
Exactly.
Even though it goes against the grain, everyone can say one way, and I'm the only one thinking differently. I still go with my gut feeling. I don't know why.
Well, I think
I feel like that's where our spiritual, that our like divine, you know, like the purity in us.
Yes.
Do you believe? That's how I believe.
Yeah, I'm very spiritual.
The divine, the pure things are right there.
It's
inside.
right here. Yes.
And if I don't go with that, it's like sabotaging myself. Right.
So we believe that every one of us has that seed of that seed. We just need to grow it, develop it. Anyway.